Hi. Today I'm going to talk about Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn, and I live in Connecticut, and I love to talk in a Brooklyn accent and teach people how a Brooklyn accent sounds. And there's lots of different kinds of Brooklyn accents, but this is the one that I kind of like grew up with, and my family talks like this. So anyway, growing up in Brooklyn, I just wanted to talk about my fondest memories. And one of them was like when you just wait on the street, and instead of like an ice cream truck coming, of course there was like Mr. Softy, you know, but there were rides on trucks, and that was like I can't explain. Like if you saw a truck coming down your street with a ride in it, it was like it was like amazing. That was like the best. And so then you'd see the truck coming, you go, Mama, and you'd get, a quarter. And there was a couple of the ones I remember was like one that was, a pirate ship. They had a pirate ship one that was like, like that. You'd sit. And they had another one that was like, you'd sit in a little seat and you'd go around like a little track. And after they were done, you got a candy. And I always got the candy lipstick in like a little plastic tube. And of course I would pretend to put the lipstick on, but I'd eat it. The other favorite memory I have is Buddy's in Brooklyn. And Buddy's was an amusement park that was open for many years. I think it closed in the 80s or even the early 90s. And that was like a really cute little amusement park for kids. They had a little kiddie roller coaster. It was like, woo. They had boats on real water. They had like, you sit in a little seat and it goes around the track kind of fast, like that. They had the helicopters, and you could make, my favorite thing was the helicopters. You could make the helicopter go up and down, and it was awesome. And they had these like little jet fighter planes with like these fake guns, and you push it, go da 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 da, and you can make them go up and down, I think. And they had merry-go-rounds. And I remember they had these like clowns that like had a balloon that came out of the mouth, and you shot it with water. I don't think I ever did it, but it would scare me because I would hear the balloon go pop, 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 and it was right near the merry-go-round, and it was like, it was scary. I didn't like that, but what else? I remember I'd go with my father who's making this video. Hi. They had these like round like things like this, and you'd sit in it with two people, and you'd turn in the middle like a thing, and it would go round, 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 and it was great. And they had other rides like that. The other thing I remember about Buddy's was the arcade. The arcade was like not what you think of today with video games like from the 80s and things like that. The arcade I remember had like mechanical games, like with a ball, maybe like a baseball game, and skee ball, of course, like bowling, skee ball. But they had mechanical arcade games for like 25 cents. Nothing electronic. And they were still fun. And the other thing I really loved is they had this little machine that you could make a little coin, and you can type. It was very tedious. You could type your name, type whatever you want on it, a message, and out popped for like 25 cents a little coin with all that you wrote. And they had, those machines you put a quarter, you get like little toys. I love that too. So that was Buddy's. The other thing I loved about Brooklyn was the Canarsie carts. So you'd be walking down the street, and a guy would be there with their, big cart, silver cart, pushing, and with Canarsies in it, hot Canarsies, and I loved that. The other thing that I remember of Brooklyn was Avenue L. And Avenue L for me was like the whole world, because you get out of your house. I live in Connecticut, and Connecticut it's nice, but Brooklyn, you step out of your house, and then there's like all these stores and pizza places and Chinese and shopping, little supermarkets and little department stores. And for me as a kid, it was like paradise, because you could take a walk with your mother or your grandparents or whoever you're with. And there's pizza, and there's ices, rainbow ices, I love that. And there's, stores with toys, little toys, and it was just a lot of fun. I'd go to Brooklyn. I moved out of Brooklyn when I was 3, and when I went back, it was like so much more lively and so fun for me to I don't know, be in a place where there was more energy, more hustle and bustle, and I liked it better. And so that's what I remember. I used to get my hair done in Brooklyn too. And even when I lived in Connecticut, I went to Irwin Elliott's hair salon on Avenue L, and he was really nice. So those are my memories of Brooklyn.
The trucks with the rides?
Yeah, I talked about that already.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's it. So my other Brooklyn accent video is very popular, and I appreciate all the views and the likes and the comments and all that stuff. I wanted to make another one and just talk about Brooklyn, and I'm trying to remember other things. There's so much, there's things that my parents remember that I don't, like going to, what was the park? What was that park? Seaview or, no. Oh, the diners, oh my God. So the two diners was the Seaview Diner and the Venus Diner. I loved those diners. And back then it was funny because we'd go in a taxi and, it was like going to another world, wherever the diners were, I don't know. But back then it was funny because my aunts and my mother, back then I don't think the diners, they only had sugar on the table. They didn't have like sweet and low, because it was like a new thing. And so my family would like pack sweet and lows in their pocketbooks and make sure they came with sweet and lows and other stuff, crackers and I don't know. They'd bring food to the diner and sweet and lows and all kinds of stuff, and which was funny. So I just remember that, and drawing things with my grandmother, butterflies, and while waiting for our food, and taking home leftovers. Leftovers was a big deal. So when you went to a diner, one of the strategies was you order something that would have a leftover, like a big meal that you have leftovers, like a nice big plate of eggplant parmesan with some spaghetti on the side, and you eat like half of it, and you take home half, and then at night, you're watching TV, you didn't have microwaves, you warm it up, you didn't even have to warm it up, you eat it cold or put it in the oven, and you'd have this delicious meal for 9 or 10 o'clock at night, and we'd eat it or the next day, and that was fun. Anyway, that's all I have to say about Brooklyn, and there's so much more, but take care.